Hi Virgos, I'm Nick. This is my channel, Nick Loves. This is going to be your June love reading for 2019. I hope you guys are doing well. So before I get started, I want you guys to put yourself in a relaxed state, meditative state. Hopefully you're away from noise, away from people, in a quiet space. Work on your breath. I want you to inhale, take a deep breath. Exhale and close your eyes. I'm going to be spritzing you with some love potion, organic rose water. Keep your eyes closed, and as I'm spritzing you, I want you guys to imagine all the things I'm saying out loud to you coming into your life and you experiencing as if it's happening right now, okay? So for all my Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, males and females, let's send them love, peace, happiness, abundance, prosperity, healing, and make all their wishes come true. Can you smell the roses? Oh, it smells so good. I never get tired of smelling that, to be honest. You guys are probably like, she's such a weirdo, but it smells good. Hopefully the vibe is set. Hopefully you're feeling good. That's always my intention for you guys, to come to your reading and then leave feeling better, feeling lighter, feeling like just better about yourself and have some clarity. Okay, so I'll be doing the same thing I usually do, you know, same thing. If you're new to my channel, then, well, I'll explain it to you. Pull in a few cards on one side, a few cards on the other side. You'll pick and choose which side is for you, and then the other side's for the person you're dealing with or will be dealing with. This is for both men and women, whatever your preference is, whether it's men, women, both, whether you're single in a relationship, married, divorced, situationship, you don't know what's going on, doesn't matter. I'm here to help you out. Again, these are general, so it may not resonate with every single person. So if you find it doesn't fit your situation, don't worry about it. It probably just wasn't for you, and just carry on with your day. Be sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, because sometimes those can resonate a little bit more. They're all aspects of who you are. And do come back at the end of June, probably in July, because sometimes the messages I give to you, if you're watching it right at the beginning of June, may not resonate if it hasn't happened. So come back at the end, rewatch it. You may make sense later on, okay? And what else? If you want to follow me on my Instagram, it is a piece of Pisces. And then if you want, the extension to this reading will be below. It'll take you directly there. If you find you want more information, it's going to be a continuation of this reading. And if you want to, you know, go in a little bit deeper, the link will be below in the description box. It'll take you directly there. Okay. Thank you again so much for watching, and let's get started. So we're going to get started with angel advice cards. Okay, to see what messages we have for you. Any advice the angels want to give you for June. Okay, for all my Virgos, what advice can we give to them? Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, males and females. Any advice we have for them for June? Let's send them love, peace, light, abundance, good vibes. Any advice for them? Any advice in regards to love? Any advice from my Virgos? Or just advice in general. It doesn't have to be for love, but let's see. Advice for Virgos. Oops. Okay, so we have, I was getting one, but then this card flipped over as well. So, okay, so the first one is change in direction. So let's see. It says, the changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. So some changes ahead for you. That's always exciting. Changes can be scary, but usually they are for our higher good. Ooh, you're gonna love this one. Then we have entrepreneur. Self-employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working for yourself allows you to better follow your intuition and divine guidance. We are your co-workers and teammates who remain loyally by your side to ensure your success in all ways. Wow, so this is a big sign for those of you who have been thinking about, you know, starting your own business or being self-employed, doing YouTube, whatever it is, starting something on your own, like working for yourself. That is going to be a big sign for you. So that's a big yes for many of you who have been thinking about doing that. Definitely try it out. And it doesn't mean you have to give up your regular 9-to-5 or whatever job right now until you're more economically, financially stable. You know, in the meantime, you could still work on this on the side as well. So So for today, we're going to be using the Crystal Visions deck. I love this deck. I've used it before, so you guys have probably seen it. I just think they're really pretty. So let's see, for all my Virgos, what is going on with them for June of 2019 in regards to love? How are they feeling? What is the situation? Give me a clear message, a clear story, so we can help them out, please. What is going on with all my Virgos in regards to love? How are they feeling? What's the situation? What is going on? Tune me into them. Virgos. Oops. Be getting an overall emotion card, so what your overall emotion is, what their overall emotion is, and then what the mutual emotion between the two of you is. Okay, so let's see, what is Virgo's overall emotion, please? What is Virgo's overall emotion, please? What is Virgo's overall emotion? What is the other person's overall emotion, please? Okay. Clear message, clear story is definitely coming through right now. All right, let's see. What is the mutual emotion between the two? So, situation I'm seeing here, okay, again, if you're a cross watcher, it can be vice versa, but I'm just gonna like say, let's pick, you know, I think Virgos maybe might be this side and the other person this side, but again, it could be work either way. I see here someone who was probably attracted to you for financial reasons, for their monetary gain, whether it's through like money, career opportunity, through connections, some kind of self-benefit. They were attracted to you for that aspect. And I think this is someone who's actually doing a lot of juggling, lying, probably cheating, probably talking to people behind your back, or had another person they were dealing with behind your back or that you didn't know about. Kind of weighing, I feel like they're kind of weighing out their options, trying to see who's a better fit for me, who can offer me more, who can give me a better life, because I just want to accumulate everything for me. They're kind of a very selfish person and very self-centered, and just wanted someone to give them everything. And that's what they really care about. They care about just their gain, for them to have everything that they want. And this person's very thirsty, like, you know, that slang term, they're thirsty, desperate for whoever can do the most for them, desperate for attention, for gifts and luxuries and whatever it is that they're interested in, okay? And I think you on the other side, or whoever was here, is finally releasing that heavy burden. It was a lot on your plate. I think it was a lot that was affecting you, and you are now ready to release that. That's coming to an end, so you're gonna be healing from that. It's gonna feel like the load is lifted off, the weight is lifted off, okay? And you're still very sad about it though. Again, this is a big change. It's still a blow. Whenever someone does that to you, you know, no matter how strong of a person you are, it still affects you. It's still hurtful, again. And, you know, when real feelings are involved and someone does that to you, when someone ends up being something that you didn't expect or you didn't think, it's always going to hurt a little bit. So these changes are a little bit hard, but I think this is a completion of a cycle. This is definitely something that this person repeatedly does over and over again to other people. And something that I feel they don't really see any wrong in it. I don't feel that they think they're hurting anyone. I feel like they just think this is the right thing to do, because they're like, well, I have to do what's best for me, and that's what's best for me, even if it means hurting someone. So 7, you have the number 10 repeated here twice, and the number 7 repeated twice as well. 7 is a number of problems, fears, and I just feel like there's a lot of issues between the two of you, a lot of misunderstandings and problems that probably this person brought into your life. and you thinking that maybe it was your fault or you weren't doing it enough and you weren't pushing yourself enough, but in fact that wasn't the case. It was them. It was really them making you think that or making you feel that way, when really it wasn't. They were just really ungrateful and just thinking about themselves and not thinking about you and your well-being. And you know, so 7 is going to be an important number for us to remember, and then number 10 as well. So endings, new beginnings, a cycle being completed. This is completion. So this is an ending of something. I think a relationship is going to end or has ended or is at the breaking point. When you find out about this other person, who they really are and their other life and what they do, and probably them dating other people or talking to people behind your back. Okay, so let's see here. So we have here the 10 of Wands in reverse, the 5 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. So like I said, the heavy burden that you feel is now going to be released. I think you felt something for a while. You probably felt something wasn't right. You felt like you were pushing yourself, or you were doing so much. You were putting in so much work into this person, into this relationship, and probably pushing yourself at work for this person, to impress this person, to give them all the things that you want, all the things that they want, that they expected from you. And it was a lot. It was a lot of pressure for you. And I think now you're finally releasing that, and you're going to feel lighter. It's going to feel better. So this is definitely good. You're going to be healing from this a lot and no longer feeling like you have this big weight on your back, on your shoulders, okay? And with the 7 of Swords here, this is definitely signifying lies and betrayals. And I think this person did you wrong. They did you wrong. They lied, caused problems in your life. And you may have found out through word of mouth, through social media, through some kind of communication. Maybe, I don't think they told you. Maybe they told you, or maybe you heard from someone else. Someone told you, someone showed you proof, messages, DMs, Facebook, pictures, something. But I think you kind of found out through something or someone, through word of mouth, and that was really hurtful. You realized, okay, and I think you more so, you're like, no, I need to see proof of this. Like, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But once you actually found proof of it and convinced yourself that they are in fact not who you thought you were, that is when it really becomes heartbreaking. That's when you really get in your feelings here with the 5 of Cups. It's sad when you do so much for someone and you genuinely love and care about them, and they seem to not even give a damn about you or your feelings, and all they want to do is take, you know? I might have mentioned this in the May readings for a few signs, I don't remember, but I watched this I was watching this mukbang video from this she's a Korean vegan YouTuber. She's a mom, and she does, like, you know, videos of her cooking with her kids sometimes. Her name's Mommy Tang. I like her. She's just kind of funny. She's so, like, real and raw. But I was watching her latest recent upload, and she was talking about some book that she read. I don't remember the name, but it's all about, like, three types of people in the world, or three types of people that, you know, you deal with in relationships. It's usually the giver, the taker, and the one who's like equal 50-50 giver and taker. And so I feel here that this was a giver and taker type of relationship. When usually givers and takers are compatible, but not in the long term, not in the long run, because eventually the giver gets so tired of giving and never getting anything back, and the other person's just taking, you know, like energy vampires. Whereas if you find someone who is a giver and you're also a giver, that is compatible because you're both equally contributing. I believe an example she gave was that, you know, let's say husband and wife, they both come back home from work and they're both tired. the wife is like, oh, you know what, I didn't get a chance to fix you up dinner, but let me quickly whip something up and, you know, I'll just figure something out. And the husband's like, oh, no, it's okay, that's fine. Like, I'll just get something quick, or I'll make something myself. And she's like, no, 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 it's fine. Like, let me quickly make something. And he's like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I'll wash the dishes for you because I know you're tired as well. So that's an example of both people giving, both people helping each other. It's not just like one person doing everything, you know? So I feel here this was a very unbalanced, very unequal relationship where one person was, it doesn't even have to be just finances, but just doing so much, giving so much, and the other person just like, okay, me, like what else? Like that's not enough, complaining, like I need more, I want more. And so eventually it's something that's like a never-ending cycle. So I'm glad that here that it's actually ending and you're finding out about this, finding out about any lies, betrayals. And although it's hurtful, at least it's something that you can learn from and look out for now. You know what red flags to look out for moving forward with any future partners that you deal with. And you can be aware of that. And you know, not doesn't mean you're not going to be a giver, doesn't mean you're going to be loving and do stuff for the other person. It means you need to find someone who is going to equally give as well, or at least appreciate you and, you know, be honest with you and be genuine. So I understand how it can be hurtful to you because you did so much. And when you do so much for someone, it's because they mean something to you. You know, you don't just give and give and give if you don't actually, you know, love the person or they mean something to you. Although, you know, you can give to charities and stuff like that and help people, but you know what I mean. In regards to love, people don't give their all like that unless they are in love with the person or, you know, the person's important to them. So you're hurt because someone important to you that you gave so much of yourself to, you know, left you like this and tried to take everything from you and didn't appreciate your kindness, your warmth, your gifts, everything. So I understand why you're feeling like this, and I'm sorry if this is you or vice versa, the other person. It's not a good time, it's not pleasant, and it really hurts, but I think this is really going to teach you, show you the red flags to look out for in the future. And now you know what you don't want in a person. Now you know what kind of partner you don't want, and you know what to look for, and you know what red flags to, you know, watch out for next time, okay? So your overall emotion card here is lonely. Oh, the kid is at school and he seems to be eating lunch alone. So it says isolated, alienated, friendless. So right now you're feeling alone. You probably want to isolate yourself, or you feel like there's no one around you that you trust. And I think when the one person that you really gave so much of yourself to betrays your trust, it makes you feel alone, even if you have people around you, you know? And I think, you know, there's this saying, what's this saying? It's actually a Spanish saying, but something translates like, it's better to be alone than to be accompanying, to have bad company, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's better to be alone than to have bad company. And so hopefully that can make you feel a little bit better. But now on this end here, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So like I said, I think this person was just really attracted to your energy. They're looking for someone who's going to be a giver, someone who's maybe financially stable or financially successful, or at least willing to give them so much and willing to do everything for them. That's the type of person they were looking for, they were scouting for. And this is someone who is juggling. They're playing the field. They're just trying to weigh out their options. They date multiple people, they talk to different people. They're not committed to one person. They're collecting fruit for their basket, but never themselves doing anything. Or at least the only work they're doing is making people fall in love with them or believe that they are this person that they're not. and they seem to just want to take from you, and hoping that that's going to bring them happiness. But you know, money and having things, luxuries and stuff, cars, clothes, bags, you know, whatever all that stuff is, doesn't bring you happiness. At the end of the day, love and your dignity and the people around you and the connections you have is what brings you happiness. Having things and, you know, showing off, that's gonna bring you, that's just gonna be like a momentary, like a in the moment happiness. That's not long-term happiness. But this person doesn't seem to agree with that. They are just looking for financial gain. They're looking for connections, for self-benefit, and who they can feed off of, they can get the most from, and their overall energy is desperate. I mean, overall emotion. I feel like they're willing to do whatever it takes to get what they want. We have frantic, out of control, and need. Their actions and what they're doing is definitely out of control. They don't need to have all these things, but they want it, and their hunger for it is making them do things that is not good, that is at the stake of other people's well-being and other people's emotions, and that's not good. So, and even if you are in need and you need help, why don't you yourself ask for help or do something in your life to make your life better? If you need a second job, go find a second job. Don't be lazy and try to get someone else's stuff for your benefit. No, you got to figure your own life out. And I feel like they're just trying to find a savior, someone else to, you know, do everything for them and treat them like a queen or king when they're not a queen or king at all. But anyways, the mutual emotion here is guilty. And it says blameworthy, responsible, at fault. So I think in the long run, eventually they are going to feel some type of guilt. Right now, I don't see them feeling guilty. I don't see them seeing any wrong in what they're doing. They think that, you know, I'm just doing what's best for me. I think you in a way feel guilt for believing in this, for allowing yourself to let it get this far, but don't feel guilty. It's not your fault. This can happen to the best of us, and you know, don't put yourself down or give yourself a hard time for being so open and being loving and generous with them. It came from a good place, and I think I said this in another video for someone else. You know, whatever they did to you speaks more of them, and if they did something hurtful to you, it means there's something going on within themselves that they need to resolve. So it has nothing to do with you. It's more so the inner work that they're lacking, that they haven't done. So because they can't do things for the things that they lack in their life, they're looking for someone who is who can make up for that, who is not lacking in that aspect. You know what I mean? When really you should be working on yourself as a whole, not looking for someone to make up for what you don't have. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, I'm really sorry if you're dealing with someone like this, or vice versa, whoever's watching. And but we're gonna look further in the extended reading. I'm gonna find out a little bit more about them, what is going on in their head, how do they feel about you, what they want you to know, if they're gonna change, if you can trust them, and where do we see you guys heading in the near future, okay? And then what advice the angels want to give you. All right, so if you want, the extended reading will be linked below. It'll take you directly there. If not, thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you lots of healing, clarity, strength, love. Don't be sad. I know it's hard. It's easier said than done, but has nothing to do with you. It's them. And don't let it change the person that you are, okay? I'm wishing you guys all the best, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.